Breaking news, we're learning that in a major shake-up at the CBSE, the centre has now appointed a senior IAS officer, Lokhande Prashant Sitaram, as the new chairperson of the board, while Varun Bhardwaj has been named as its new secretary. Now, these appointments come after the replacement of Rahul Singh and Himanshu Gupta, who were both serving as the chairman of CBSE and also the secretary of the CBSE. So the CBSE, in fact, the centre, has now taken strong action and has replaced the top two officers presiding over the CBSE. Both the chairman and the secretary have now been replaced. The new names appointed are Lokhande Prashant Sitaram, who is the new chairperson of the board, and Varun Bhardwaj has been named as the new secretary. Let's also tell you about a host of other actions that have been taken by the centre against the CBSE. Now, the CBSE chairperson and secretary, like I said, have been transferred. But now even a probe panel has been constituted and a one-member inquiry has been tasked with the investigation of the OSM process. The government has sought a report within 1 month as questions mount over the digital evaluation system. So what exactly has the CBSE done so far? What exactly has the government done so far, rather? They have transferred the CBSE chairperson, they have transferred the CBSE secretary, and a panel has also been formed to probe the OSM. This is a one-member panel that will probe the entire case, and a report has been sought by the government within 1 month. Times Now's correspondent Pragya Kaushika also explains how the Prime Minister's office was directly involved in the crackdown against CBSE.
Prime Minister, a leader who does Pariksha Pe Charcha and also tells students to be, remain stress-free during the examination. Such a traumatic experience of students is unacceptable, and therefore this decision by Prime Minister's office, and this is why Cabinet Secretariat has, issued this notice of one-member committee as well. Prime Minister himself looks like that he himself has taken this situation in his hand, and in fact, the steps that should have been taken by Education Ministry earlier. It looks like that the Prime Minister himself is dealing with all the situation. The manner in which the students, face this harassment, this trauma that the family also faced, it has also reached the Prime Minister's ears, and he also feels for the student, and therefore the action that has been taken on the CBSE chairman and secretary by transferring them. And, what we are given to understand from the sources is that there is going to be an action. An inquiry has been initiated in this particular manner, and Prime Minister is very upset in the way the system has worked in Education Ministry, and therefore Prime Minister himself is in seize of the matter, and he is going to take action. And there is a larger message that his office is also sending out, that the Prime Minister still stands with students. He is the one who is looking into it despite being the Prime Minister himself.
Now, viewers, you remember that the entire CBSE OSM tender process itself has now come under question. Many have asked why the tender was watered down just to favor a particular company. Remember, the OSM tender was given to a company that is called COEMT, which is based in Hyderabad. Now, questions have emerged about whether there was a deliberate attempt to water down the tender so that it could be tailored to suit one particular company. This is exactly what the new panel is going to investigate. And Times Now's correspondent Kritika Tiwari also explains how the centre has taken specific steps to investigate the CBSE procurement process, especially after multiple complaints have emerged over the same.
Now remember, officials at various levels were already under, in fact, the scrutiny of the ministry. The entire process of tender, as far as that is concerned, is also a big question mark currently, whether or not COEMT was favoured, or even if it wasn't favoured, the watering down and the dilution of the clauses in the contract is also, again, a big question mark as far as the Central Board of Secondary Education is also concerned. More than that, what the Ministry of Education has not been, in fact, convinced with are the answers that were given on part of the on-screen marking system as well. Again, to remind our viewers, this system was experimented first in 2014, and now finally, if it is being rolled out in 2026, there were expectations that will be done in a manner in which both the students, the evaluators, as well as the parents, all stakeholders will in fact be satisfied. But instead of that, what we are hearing is that principals from the get-go have been in fact speaking about how they've been raising concerns. What there was also a chapter wherein we also saw attempts to cover up on part of the CBSE, wherein sources have, highly placed sources have confirmed to us that regional officers of the board had reached out to principals in order to induce them to make videos talking positively about the on-screen marking system, which again drew a lot of flack to the Ministry of Education. So this is a big step that is coming in with the Cabinet Secretariat forming a one-member committee